Russell Westbrook had his third triple-double of the season in last night's win over the Pacers. He's now tied with Rajon Rondo. Just talked about him a moment ago. And Michael Carter-Williams for most in the NBA this season. This is just the latest in an incredible stretch for Westbrook since KD has been sidelined. Kevin Durant had a minor procedure to reinsert a screw in his right foot that had been causing him some discomfort. But OKC is 10-6 in games which Westbrook suits up, and KD does not. Let's put the Thunder on the hook. If Durant can't come back, that's a huge if, we don't know, do you still give the Thunder a chance in the West, Skip?
I do, because of this man, Russell Westbrook. Stephen A. Smith, I'm not sure I've ever seen anything like this man, Russell Westbrook.
Try to tell you.
He's a flat-out, absolute terror on the basketball court. He plays with zero doubt and zero conscience, and I mean that in the most positive, complimentary way of all.
Right.
Russell Westbrook does not care what anyone else thinks about him. See his fashion choices, right? It's true, but it's significant. What he chooses to wear off the floor, nobody, people really, they're all over him. Charles Barkley's all over him, and he does not care what anyone says about him or about how many times he shoots or how many times he passes. And speaking of passing, without KD on the floor, all of a sudden Russell has decided, I am the quarterback of this offense. Watch me distribute. And he's been getting double-digit assists night after night after night, and he goes triple-double last night. And I'm thinking, wow, this has become a nearly unstoppable force, even though he's only, what do we give him, 6'3"? Is that what you give him?
Yeah.
Yeah, 6'3". But he can jump not out of the gym, he can jump out of the universe. And he can get to the hole anytime he so desires. His mid-range jump shot is pretty good. He can go on those jags where he'll go 4 for 23, but not of late. And now that he doesn't have to wonder and second guess, should I give it to Kevin? Should I take it? Should I give it to Kevin? Should I take it? All of a sudden, he's got lots of new toys to play with, as you well know. Enes Kanter he looks like he could become a double-double machine. He got 15 last night. Ibaka did have a double-double with 21 and 10. Mitch McGary is starting, he might lead the league in hustle points already. And off the bench, when you can keep bringing Dion Waiters and DJ Augustine, you and I have talked about it, he can just play. He's fearless too coming off the bench. And Kyle Singler can do what he does, and Nick Collison, they're kind of like the same kind of guy. And all of a sudden, I'm looking at this team, and I'm thinking, when Steven Adams comes back, and he will come back from his hand injury, he gives them another huge body. Can I bet against this team? Because I still think it's pretty great, even without Kevin Durant. Would it obviously be better with Kevin Durant? You better believe it would be, although I still say Russell and Kevin continue to go back and forth about who's the man and who deserves to put up the most shots. That's an ongoing issue. But even if Kevin can't come back, and that's a big if right now, I still give this team a shot to stay hot and win the West.
Sam Presti, general manager for the Oklahoma City Thunder, has done a fabulous job of putting this team together, making the moves that he made, particularly on before the trading deadline expired. The acquisition of DJ Augustine, a journeyman but a quality backup point guard, is a big-time pickup. Enes Kanter, obviously, he could be a double-double for you on a nightly basis. He's got that kind of potential. He came to Oklahoma City averaging 13 and 8. Yep. We understand Kyle Singler can play. We all get this. And Russell Westbrook has been on another level. I've told you on many times he's a top 5 player in the game of basketball, and he is proving it night in and night out. He's averaging 30, 10, and 8. This dude is on another level right now. It's just big time, okay? And he's the ultimate assassin. I've never heard Allen Iverson so giddy about any athlete outside of himself as much as he's been giddy about Russell Westbrook. He loves this brother's game. He believes that he's just a bigger version of himself, and he loves every moment of it. With that being
Allen
said,
wouldn't distribute like Russell has shown.
No, he's just talking about his heart.
I know.
That
That's
assassin's
true.
mentality.
I would agree with
heart
that.
of a lion.
Yeah.
With all of that being said, may I pump the brakes a little bit and tell you, I'm going to say this, and I mean no disrespect to anybody, but it needs to be said in the manner I'm about to say it. There is no way in hell the Oklahoma City Thunder has any shot of coming out of the West without the services of Kevin Durant. Because as much as we want to sit here and appreciate the greatness that we're seeing from Russell Westbrook, who by himself can get you to the postseason, by the way.
Right.
He can lead this team to the postseason. But we're talking
they're
about,
in the postseason.
Yeah,
I know that, but I'm just saying that if they weren't, he'd get him there with what he's doing because he's got those kind of capabilities. But come playoff time, you ain't relevant unless you have Kevin Durant. And I say that out of no disrespect to the players. It's of the highest, most profound respect of the great Kevin Durant. Bad foot and all. I'm going to say it again. 26, 7, and 6.
Go.
After missing 26 games, shooting 51.7% from the field, 40% from three-point range. This is a bad year for Kevin Durant. This is what the definition of a bad year. People can sit there and act like it's all right without him. It ain't. Don't you be fooled. This regular season, look, man. There are nights off. People can show up in different cities. You know, just like you got to watch yourself when you show up in Atlanta and you got a night off. You know, or a city like Toronto or LA or something like that. Check this out.
Take a break.
And sat in my room
we
the
ain't
whole night.
talking about you. We talking about you, okay? The flip side to that is you go to Oklahoma City, a little Lord. I mean, it'll put you to sleep.
You have no idea how much trouble I used to get in Oklahoma City. You have no idea.
Skip Bayless.
Now I was like 16, but that's a whole nother deal.
I have no idea that you got in trouble. But the point that I'm trying to make to you is this. In the end, what it comes down to is Kevin Durant is a superstar of the highest order. And Oklahoma City, I don't care what they do during the regular season. Come playoff time, you had best have Kevin Durant at your disposal if you want to call yourself going for a championship. Otherwise, you're just entertaining us.
Okay, I'm going to remind you, just last playoffs, this team called San Antonio somehow won in 6 games and won game 6 at Oklahoma City against Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook. Now, here's my contention to you.
They do it again without Kevin Durant.
I dare you to disagree with this contention.
Okay.
I believe this team can go farther with only Russell Westbrook than it could go with only Kevin Durant. Because I saw Kevin Durant's act two years ago without Russell.
Can't disagree with that because there's a level of aggression that Kevin Durant lacks in terms of when he has to be that alpha dog.
Yes.
There's no question.
Thank you.
I give you that. But again, that doesn't knock the greatness of Kevin Durant, nor does it elevate Russell Westbrook's greatness above Kevin Durant. In the end, what it comes down to is that Kevin Durant is such a lethal marksman, and he's so efficient as an offensive player that thinking that you're going deep in the Western Conference without him, because we've got Enes Kanter and Kyle Singler with DJ Augustine,
we didn't mention Anthony Morrow, who can make clutch threes like
I
crazy.
understand that, but you ain't going to the finals without Kevin Durant.
That Serge Ibaka guy, he's
look, man. Look.
Dion Waiters is pretty good.
I'm sorry, did I stutter?
Yeah.
They ain't going to the Western Conference Finals. They ain't going to the finals.
They got a
without Kevin Durant.
way better chance with only Russell Westbrook right now.
Russell Westbrook
and he is sky high off his all-star MVP performance. It's just launched him into another.
You will need Kevin Durant. Otherwise, you will go home early.
Well, how early? You say, okay. Are you on the record right now? If Kevin Durant cannot play in the playoffs, will they lose in the first round?
No, it's possible they could win a first-round series, but that's about it. That's about it.
I definitely think they could win 2 rounds.
No.
I give them a shot. No. I still give them a real shot to win the West.
They're not going to the conference finals without Kevin Durant.
All right, Stephen A., let me ask you a question. You said coming off his NBA All-Star performance, he was MVP. Is he making a push right now to be in the MVP conversation?
Absolutely.
Where is he?
Absolutely.
James Harden, Steph Curry?
Listen, James Harden, Steph Curry, Russell Westbrook is right there. He's climbing. Especially, they got to climb. I can't give the MVP award to an 8th or 7th seed. If he gets up to the top 4 seeds, particularly doing so without Kevin Durant, I don't think there's any question that he's league MVP.
He just might.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question.
After Steph destroyed John Wall last night in D.C., he took back my top spot.
Did he really?
James Harden.
Yes.
All right.
Well,
Just for now.
Steph has been my number 1 guy all season.
But I mean, you went Harden and then Steph.
I didn't mean it like I'm sorry. I just
The race is heated up. Listen to these names: Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, and now Russell Westbrook. Most triple doubles in fewer than 30 minutes. Rusty's a bad boy. We leave it there. Take a look at the cover of the Chicago Sun-Times. It is a tearjerker. It really is. When we come back, Tim Legler joins us to discuss.
On the Hook is brought to you by Bass Pro Shops. Your adventure starts here.